Welcome back, Jobins, to another episode of What the X. This is actually What the X episode 32. I appreciate everyone that's subscribed and tuned in. It's been a little bit of a break with some losses in the family. So I just needed a little bit of time to heal. Appreciate everybody's patience, and it's been a long time coming. But let's get the ball rolling because there's a lot going on, and it's going to be a focused episode today on the controversy surrounding the bipartisan bill on Capitol Hill that did not go through. Did not mean for that to rhyme, but it did. So let's just get right to it, and we're going to start with a tweet from Vivek Ramaswamy at Vivek G. Ramaswamy, the other side of DOGE, who's partnered with Elon, and hopefully they're going to make government a little more efficient. But Vivek had this to say: I wanted to read the full 1,500 plus page bill and speak with key leaders before forming an opinion. Having done that, here's my view. It's full of excessive spending, special interest giveaways, and pork barrel politics. If Congress wants to get serious about government efficiency, they should vote no. Keeping the government open until March 14 will cost $380 billion by itself. But the true cost of this omnibus CR is far greater due to the new spending. Renewing the Farm Bill for an extra year, $130 billion, disaster relief, $100 billion, stimulus for farmers, $10 billion, the Francis Scott Key Bridge replacement, $8 billion. The proposal adds at least 65 cents of new spending for every dollar of continued discretionary spending. The legislation will end up hurting many of the people it purports to help. Debt-fueled spending sprees may feel good today, but it's not. But it's like showering cocaine on an addict. It's not compassion, it's cruelty. Farmers will see more land sold to foreign buyers when taxes inevitably rise to meet our obligations. Our children will be saddled with crippling debt. Interest payments will be the largest item in our national budget. Congress has known about this decline since they created it in late September. There's no reason why this couldn't have gone through the standard process instead of being rushed to a vote right before congressmen want to go home for the holidays. The urgency is 100% manufactured and designed to avoid serious public debate. This bill could have easily been under 20 pages. Instead, there are dozens of unrelated policy items crammed into the 1,547 pages of this bill. There's no legitimate reason for them to be voted on as a package deal by a lame duck Congress. 72 pages worth of pandemic preparedness and response policy. Renewal of the much criticized Global Engagement Center, a key player in the federal censorship state. 17 different pieces of commerce legislation, paving the way for a new football stadium in D.C., a pay raise for congressmen and senators, and making them eligible for federal employee health benefits. It's indefensible to ram these measures through at the last second without debate. We're grateful for DOGE's warm reception on Capitol Hill. Nearly everyone agrees we need a smaller and more streamlined federal government, but actions speak louder than words. This is an early test. The bill should fail. And it's interesting to me, Jones, again, I just want to preface this by just saying, whether you lean left or right, we're just here to try to have an open discussion about the current state of politics in America and government. And, I'll always criticize things when they don't quite smell right. And this bill is just a symptom of a larger problem, in my opinion. I'm happy that this is being called out for what it is, excessive spending. And I think it's really messed up to put actual disaster relief and other things of that nature that would actually go towards helping the community, and then packaging that with with pay raises for congressmen and senators. That's very disingenuous. They're not that doesn't seem like they're representing us, and doing that in a benevolent fashion. They are being deceptive. And then, like he said, why did it take so long to get this pushed? And then now they're doing it right when the holidays. We got to remember these government officials, these politicians, they are humans at the end of the day, and they go away for holidays. They have families and things like that. So, like, imagine, you're about to go for your own vacation or something, and then a 1,500 page document comes on your desk and they're like, "Hey, read this real quick and approve it." It's like, are you really going to read through the whole thing? And that's to me, I want to also relate this to just terms and conditions in general, just because I work at a bank myself. And there's so much with like the deposit account agreement, like just terms and conditions, it's like, does anyone really read all of that? And is a lot of that information really necessary? It seems like a way for the big guy to really save his own ass, and then just get away with the dirty, shisty things that I don't care for. And a new football stadium in D.C. That's where our tax dollars would be going to. I don't know how right that is. And again, I'm not here to talk down to anyone who may have a different political view than myself. I just want to look at the facts here and the numbers, because at the end of the day, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are both businessmen first and foremost, and they're just looking at the numbers. 1,547 pages, and Vivek even himself said that this could have easily, been under 20 pages. This could have been under 20 pages, easy to read, just like how I think a lot of things should be, including the Apple software terms and conditions. All the terms and conditions that we receive. Do any of us really have the time to read all those terms? And I hate that argument too. A lot of people are making it on X, where it's like they're upset about the bill, and the person will say, if you're upset about the bill, read it. And it's like, come on, like let's try to just be realistic here. No one has the time to read a 1,500 page document, just for fun. Just go read the Bible tonight, and then tell me everything you know about it tomorrow. That sounds crazy. So at the end of the day, what we need to change, in my opinion, on this whole topic, is just having easy to read legislation. These bills shouldn't be 1,500 pages. A 20-page bill, I think, is going to garner a lot more support from the public. I think the public needs to be brought in more, because they're hearing things like, "Oh, the Republicans didn't want to pass this bill because they don't care about disaster relief. They don't care about people." Where it's like, if the people, the bipartisan, because it's both sides. It's not just Democrats or just Republicans. It's the politicians in Capitol Hill who, they're doing a disservice to us by packaging these things together. If you want a raise, if you're wanting a raise, if you're wanting a football stadium, if you're wanting to use this money towards maybe foreign aid or anything like that, that should be a separate bill. Why is that not a separate bill? To have accountability, bookkeeping, you itemize things. Why would you put everything and then blend it all together and then think that's an acceptable way to run the government? So I know they're talking about government shutdown, about the bill not passing, people being upset because of not getting disaster relief or things. But when you look at the details within the bill, which is hard to do, again, that's the main problem here, is the transparency. There needs to be more accountability and transparency in government and in big business too, just like Apple, Microsoft, maybe the banking system too, whatever it may be that has a 30-page plus terms and conditions is ridiculous. And again, I'm always going to be for the people. I want disaster relief for those affected by hurricanes. I want that bridge to be able to be replaced so that, people can get to and from work. I want the taxpayers to be represented, and it seems like they're not really truly being represented when there's these other things hidden in here. So let's quit. This is to the government officials. Let's quit hiding all these other things that you're trying to pass, and just go directly with under 20 pages a bill about disaster relief, about supporting farmers. Those are important things. So I hope that this is early too. Trump's not even president yet. Trump or DOGE is kind of just, this is like a test for DOGE, even as he said himself, because it's not like they have the authority to shut down the bill. They're just the ones that are you know doing the auditing, you could say. So they're just looking at the numbers and then telling us. So this is a really good thing. At the end of the day, I think this is just shows that DOGE's effectiveness can really come into play. And I this is what we voted for. Not all of us, but this is what a lot of us voted for, was to see real change in government and how they operate. And then we need to get away from the greediness of the career politicians. Changes are hopefully gonna be coming. So Vivek, he just kicks it off with that tweet, and I'm going to follow that with another tweet from someone who, gets a lot of attention, maybe isn't the most popular amongst conservatives, maybe not even the most popular amongst Democrats and the left, the liberals. Again, I'm not here to judge anyone. I want everyone to do well. I didn't vote just for one side. I voted for the United States. I voted for everyone to be able to eat, Just because, maybe I don't want you at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to have a plate. And I think we as a country need to continue to try and work on staying united and having less hate, because we're better than this. And to Congress, you need to be better than this. You need to be better for your constituents. And Nancy Pelosi, at Speaker Pelosi, she had this to say in response to the criticisms the bill was getting, to the response of the government shutdown. Elon Musk ordered his puppet, President-elect and House Republicans, to break the bipartisan agreement reached to keep government open. House Republicans are abdicating their responsibility to the American people and siding with billionaires and special interest. The funny thing about Nancy Pelosi, again, it's something I've noticed, including Bernie Sanders too. There's too many billionaires. There's no billion. We don't need billionaires. Well, how many Americans are even millionaires? I'm not a millionaire. I'm not, obviously not a billionaire. Obviously also not a millionaire. But Nancy Pelosi, she's no dirty billionaire. She only has 120 million as her net worth, reported by Yahoo Finance. And if you look at that in Yahoo Finance, just type in Nancy Pelosi net worth, and it's crazy because the journalist, and then I'll put it on here too, with the headline, so you guys can see it yourself. Goes in to say that it would take her, I believe, and then I'll have it here, so maybe it'll fact check me, the caption. that it would take her 120 years just to just to make the net worth that she has. Again, I think I might have that amount of time off, but it's like he's like it's like how is this even possible? There's reports of insider trading, of her knowing about regulations breaking down on certain companies, so then she can tell her husband and herself to move funds out or sell and make a big return. Those things are kind of common practice on Capitol Hill. So that's something that needs to change already. It's funny enough that they want to vote in for a raise in a bill that should be for disaster relief, and they still are profiting off insider trading that you and I would get in a lot of trouble for. And yeah, she's the she was the Speaker of House of Representatives 2019 to 2023, and then she's been a career politician. She's been in the game a long time, a lot of skin in the game, and she's 84 years old as well, which is also just a long time to be in any career. Any other career, you would think that you'd retire at that point. But, there's no retiring when you're hungry for power. And then I'll put the title of the book here. Maybe I should read the book and see what it's all about. Try to maybe open my views to people that I normally wouldn't associate or even, look into what they may have to say. But I should, again, just try to look from all sides, because that's the best you can do for critical thinking, is just look at all sides to really form your own opinions. And that's something that she's trying to stop people from doing, is forming their own opinions by using words like puppet in there. Ordered his puppet president-elect, and then talking about Elon Musk being this evil billionaire. Are there things that maybe aren't perfect with Elon Musk? 100%. But Jobins, I would argue this. Who's going to care more about the future of the world? Someone who has 11 kids and billions of dollars? Or, someone that's depressed and, doesn't have anything to live for or something like that? Those kind of people? Or Elon? And then it's like, who should I listen to on X? The people that don't have anything going for them and just like to be all about talking shit, or a guy who has some real, again, I like to use the phrase, skin in the game? You got 10 kids. You got to think about, you're going to die one day, but they're not, So it's like, is he a perfect person? No. Is he good or evil? I can't really speak too much on that. I don't know Elon personally. But do I think it's within his best interest and his for posterity to do these things? Then that would make sense to me. So it's like, I don't think he's got these ulterior motives for doing a lot of the things that he does. Just because it's like, hey, what benefits the rest of the world is going to benefit me and my family as well. Who wants to be the ruler of ashes? Who wants to rule atop a pile of bones? A good economy helps everybody. Again, just because I don't want you to eat at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to have a plate. Everyone deserves to eat. And everyone deserves relief too, and we just got to make sure that we're doing the spending right, and that it's not so overly complicated and rushed, and it's genuine. So I appreciate all the Jobins that have tuned in for this episode of What the X. A little bit just more laser focused on this issue of the bill that's been a real hot topic. And again, I thank all of you guys for sticking around. I hope to do another podcast before Christmas. I got my Santa hoodie on. I'm staying festive. Just remember that just love your family. We don't choose our family, so I am blessed to have the family I have. Love you, mom and dad. Love you, cousins, uncles, aunts, everybody. Being back like in St. Louis, because I was away for a little bit. It was good to see some of the family. We didn't get to see everybody, but that's okay. I understand everybody's busy, but if you have time, make time for your family. And if you have political disagreements, that's one thing, but don't let it get in the way of spending quality time with your family. I see a lot of tweets on X about, oh, my racist parents, or my leftist idiot daughter or something, and it's just like, quit with the judgments, guys. Everybody love everybody. I'm always gonna say that, till the day I die. Everybody love everybody. Let's make America, united. All right, enough of the hate. And I can't wait to see what happens in the future with DOGE too, because I'm sure they're gonna call out a lot more of the craziness going on with the spending going on Capitol Hill. So all you politicians, be on alert and actually do your job and actually support your constituents. And instead of worrying about your own wallets, make sure you're actually taking care of the people that need relief, which is the word you like to use. Okay? Thank you, everybody. This has been another episode of What the X. What the X?